strong. So this is going to get a little shaky because because I had to do. I guess I say redo, but I had to. Yeah, that might be better. Um, I had to come and switch over. So I'm just going to give a couple moments for those who may have been at the old one to possibly be able to make their way over here. And I think on my actual phone, I'm able to see when people speak or when people comment or any of those things. So I was on my iPad and it did not, it started acting funny. Not really sure what that was about, but we're going to see if this one works better. Again, I hope that everyone is having a wonderful day. I am actually in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for some business, taking care of business, doing some things, and it's cold here. And it's March, but it feels like Atlanta, like it feels like the coldest day in Atlanta, and this is their springtime. Ain't that terrible? Oh God. Okay, so, but I hope everyone's doing well. Everyone's doing all right. I am happy today. One, I'm alive, and I have activities in my limbs. It's a good day. Despite it being cold from the city of Milwaukee, it is cold, and I don't miss the cold. So I'm ready to get back to warmer climates. But I wanted to talk just a little bit or just have a quick, definitely quick, I have a meeting to go to in a minute, but quick conversation about self-discovery. Because I've realized even through my own life, and I was one that has always been in some ways in tune with myself and others not. But I was raised in the church, all of that, but really didn't know who I was. I had had I have had prophetic dreams, utterances, all type of things, all of my life, like all of it. But I had no idea. It was literally to tell the story. I was on my way to a midnight musical here, actually in Atlanta, and I met some friends at their house. We all, because it was walking distance from my friend's house, so we all young people had to be like, I think I was 18, 19. But we met at my friend's house, and so a group of us was just gonna walk to this musical. And it wasn't quite midnight. It might have been a late night. Nah, I don't know, but it was a musical. And so I had just met some of these people, um, and so I just began to, as Norm to David Glover was back then, minister to them. Just start for no reason. Just start talking to them and started, saying what I saw, doing all these things. And one of the guys looked at me, who I did not know, had never seen before, and was like, "Are you a prophet?" And something about that question bothered the very depths of my soul. And so my first knee jerk reaction was like, "No, why would you ask me that?" And so he kind of just moved past that, and so did I. And I went right back to doing what I was doing. And he stopped me again. He said, "Okay, so you are a prophet." And I'm like, "No, I am not a prophet," and quit saying that. But something about it touched me a way that it had never done before. I had never been touched in that way. Like he triggered something that had never been triggered before. And you would think that of all my life, I've been doing the same thing, but this is the very first time that I could remember that someone had questioned me and then flat out told me that that's what I was. And so then he was like, "Do you know what a prophet is?" And of course, I was insulted because I am the Bible. I walk and talk with Jesus. And hi everybody. I don't even know if people are speaking to you. Someone speak to me so I can see. Um, so I can see if someone. I need someone to say hi because I can't believe no one has said hi as of yet. I don't believe that. Um, but yeah. So I mean, so at that moment, I went back to my mentors and had a conversation. The very next, it was that was on a Saturday. So the next day at church, I pulled my leaders to the side, like, "Hey, can you believe this is what was said to me?" And I feel a way about it. I said the problem is not that it was just said, because I can dismiss anything, but it was the fact that I felt a way. Like, why do I feel uncomfortable with my no about this? And so they're all just looking at me like strange, and I'm looking at them like, why are y'all looking at me like that? And so they was like, so you are saying that you don't know that you are a prophet? And so I looked at, I mean, it was my aha moment. And from that moment on, I made, now I didn't quite say yes at all. Because the truth is, it scared me more than it made me, that I embraced it, right? Because I had this idea of what prophets were. First of all, I'm thinking of firestone, fire coming down like Elisha, and do all those bigger things, those Old Testament, dividing the water, and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't really do that, like that's not. I'm not quite seeing me raise someone from the dead. So, but it was because I was not exposed to the full gamut of what prophet was, and so like me. Many of you have not been exposed, have not been properly notified that you are or are not. Oh, that is your gift. But what if now if you can't really tell me what your gifts are, somebody type in what your gifts are. Tell me what. I'm just interested to see who's among us. As I sneak and get some water, clap your hands and tell God thank you. So, and I cannot see these comments. But I'll look at them later. But I want to just make sure that you are aware that you need to do a diagnostic. You need to do a survey, and you need to talk to God and talk to others around. And even if it's not profit, if whatever it is, if it's the gift of hospitality, if it is an exhorter, if it is you're called into being uh, have the gift of word of wisdom, the gift of word of knowledge, or whatever those giftings are, the gift of helps, the gift of healing. And what does it all look like? Because sometimes we are unaware because we are not properly exposed. We don't know what to call a thing, so we just go along in life doing things. That is very dangerous because you can't perfect it. You can't be in your rightful place, and you can't reap the benefits of it, right? You don't know how to govern yourself accordingly. You don't know how to live according to who you are. Even being African kings and queens and all of those different things, and knowing, but what does that mean? I mean, that's cute to say, but that's our ancestors. But a lot of their things are poured down into us. What did that mean back then? Back then, our tribe, if we can go and find out who we were, why not do it and see what was the makeup of them? Because generationally it comes down, it's passed down from a people, from a culture, and we can't escape it. But if we understand it, we can develop it, we can live by it, we can understand it. But what is your gift? Do you know who you are? You need to have a self revelation. Aren't that something? A self revelation. You need to know, a self discovery. What all lies within me, good and bad and indifferent. And am I calling something, if something is good, but it has a pro and a con, right? But maybe I can understand its cons because I know where it's stemming from, right? If I talk a lot because I'm a preacher, well, if I don't know I'm a preacher, but I love to talk, I'll know the reason why and how to balance that and where to pour that effort in and where to pour that into so that I know how to better service humanity, myself, and God. All right. So make sure that you register. I'm going to let me say something. First of all, I just don't understand why. Let me see what happens when I do that. Nothing. Nothing here. But yes, I'm going to put, when I publish it, I'm going to put, I am hosting a 5-week series webinar. It's online and it's only 1 hour on 5 different topics, and there's different clinicians that are coming in, subject matter experts, to talk about. Now it's in the realm of prophetic, and sometimes we think that we're not, but I would encourage you to even come to the classes just to, number one, get a knowledge of it, and then see if it's you, if it's applicable. If you have dreams, that's the first week. That our prophet pastor Legs he's from Nashville, will be conducting that. Then we have Chaplain Brisbane, who is from Louisiana, will be coming in, and he'll be talking about self-care and triggers, all of those different things, and you can read the registry of what all that includes in there. Also, we have I'm making him apostle, but Bishop-elect Troy Sanders is coming the week after that, and we'll be talking about prophetic development. He'll be talking about prophetic development and how to really hone in your skill and what you should be doing day by day, not just in the 4 walls, but every day, wherever you go. Your gift does not just confine itself to 4 walls. It should be spread abroad. It should be in your family. You should be using it. And I'm not talking about laying hands on nobody, speaking and talking in tongues and saying, "Lo, I see." Everybody don't want to hear that. Most people don't want to hear it at all. And those who want to hear it should not hear it most of the time. Clap your hands and tell God thank you. Right? So I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about how do you, day by day, how are you able to develop yourself, your gifts, where you are, where you're looking to go, your trajectory. What are you doing for that? And then we have the spirit, the mantle, or the gift, and the office by Prophet Gauze, Tawana Gauze. She'll be coming as a subject matter expert to talk and to really dig into that and see how we can know where we belong, where we should be, what is the differences, and how to align ourselves so that we're not out of pocket, that we're not trying to operate somewhere we should not. That we should be able to sit and do what we need to do, and not try and function as something we're not, or walk into the function that we should be doing. Walk into the office if that's what it is that you're called to do, or how to. That is the backlay, because sometimes prophecy is a backdrop to a different gift, and if you know how to align them and let them work together, your gift of prophecy should be able to then inform your major gift, your leading and dominant gift, to be able to service you in a better way, to make you more accurate in whatever you're doing. And we're not talking about just being able to give words and prophecy to people, but your healing, your gift of prophecy, part of that should be able to, even in healing, direct you to exactly and be acute to what you're going after, and how to pull out what is actually in need of healing. Because it's not always cancer. Cancer sometimes, and most times, and a lot of times, I'll say a lot of times, is psychosomatic, is rooted in something else. And if we can get to the actual problem and trauma and event and find some healing there and apply a balm and a salve so that you may be whole there, cancer will dry itself up. Learn how to forgive, a lot of maladies will be cured. Amen. But it takes the specialist to be able to find that this is not a sickness unto death. This is a cause from something else. Okay? So, and then I will become talking about prophetic prayer and warfare. What does that even mean? What's the difference between a prophetic prayer and a different other prayer? And what is that? How does that look? How do you structure it? When do you need it? When do you use it? And when is it just noise? Just noise. I hope you are having a wonderful day. I'm about to sign off, but I will, when it's posted, I will put the link to all of the different webinar series that begins April 9th. I am tired. I'm sleepy. I'm going to take a nap after this. Actually, I'm now got things to do. So y'all pray my strength. Be blessed forever.